starting up and allowing in the YouTubers so they can get a head start. Sometimes they don't get the notifications right away. Trying to get everything fixed up for Periscope so that they don't have to look at the fan that's circulating because it drives them crazy sometimes. But they and sometimes they like it and a little bit too much. Anyway, how is everybody on YouTube? Hope you are doing well today. Come on in and join us. We'll be letting in Facebook Live and Periscope in just another minute. Hey, Don. Head Start. Head Start morning there, Bill. How are you? How's everybody? Don's always the first in. I like that. It's that military training. All right, we're going to let everybody else in. Here we go. Facebook Live, Periscope. Periscope up. Hey, Sally, good to see you. Well, Bigley. How is everybody? Jammin, Stephanie, good to see you. Las Vegas gal, how are you? His song, Katie. Mrs. Second Amendment, good morning. Tillman, how are you? How are you? Timothy, YW8, Wisdom. Audio is low a bit. It's probably because I'm not speaking into the mic, Don. Music Man, good morning. Are you kidding me? Joined us. Amanda, how are you? Gary, good to see you. Good morning. You're new. From Canada, I'm taking it. Gary, we have Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube going at the same time. 3.6 earthquake. Where was that at, Bill? Hey, Rhonda, good to see you. Is this a pro-Trump group? Yes, it is, Timothy. So if you don't like it, you can find another group. I'm sure you'll find one. What's new? Bob Wilson, good morning. Good, how are you? I'm just great, Amanda. Better when you get close to that big mic. I know, of course. Hey, D, good morning. Freebird, mega. Somebody got blocked last night for saying that, Don. They asked me that ultimate question. I'm like, okay, here we go. Block, block, block. Hey, Hugh. Gary's a friend. Perfect. Hey, Max. Good morning. Haven't seen you in a while, Max. Glad you're back. Hey, Kim. Good to see you. I was on last night. We had a lot of fun last night. Good day from Australia. I love the Australian accent. So disappointed today they took down the statue in Louisiana. Yes, Stephanie, and they did it under cover of darkness because that's what they do. Custodian, how are you? Yeah, it's really pathetic. I saw it and then chimed in. Squamish. Oh, in Washington, Bremerton, Washington area. Wow. That is so wrong, Amanda. Just awful. Yes, it is. Great, 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 great. Yeah, I was on last night, and every time somebody had to be blocked, everybody gave me a ton of hearts. So if you're here today, please give me a ton of hearts if we block people. Okay. Okay. Well, maybe not quite that many, but do I need my Play-Doh? Not in this group, Gary. That's the good thing. This is a conservative one. Please swipe and invite if you will. Ask your followers to come here. Bob, it's always good to see you. Welcome. I hope that doesn't have to do with pornography, pornitics. His song, Girl, that is a ton of hearts. Yeah, Amanda. Ton of hearts. Everybody needs to wake up. Mike, Kramer, and Shauna, they're not here. Nicole, good to see you. Thanks for inviting followers. Thank you, thank you. Brandon Coleman must be thrilled that Holman gets a new hearing in Phoenix. I know, Don. Well, how horrible. Same here. Good, good, good. Yeah, the VA, I mean, they try to do something right, and then it backfires. Hey, ABA, good to see you. Good to see you. Dash of 48R, us. If you could invite followers, that would be great. Numbers are always higher in the evening. Everybody, I guess, there are actually some people working. I don't know. Ours loving, good to see you. Good to see you. Freebird tweeted, retweeted. Bill Vale, no hearts in YouTube. I know. You have to just kind of make them up, Bill. Bill, you need to wake up some people over there. They're not here today. People are absent. I'm doing roll call, and they're absent. Can you believe that? I was hoping that more people would be here that were here yesterday because I wanted to talk about the pacifier situation that we were going to do. I know, Don. Hey, Bill, good to see you. Hey, Susan, good to see you. Good morning, good morning. So, yesterday, we were talking about getting the pacifiers. Hours changed this week. Only reason I could be here on the AM. Wow, Amanda. I'm glad. Hey, Mike, you are bad. You're late. And Shauna's not here. Carmen's not here. What's up with that? It's Thursday. It's not Friday yet. Gary, thank you, Gary. Everybody, please like this video. Yes, please, if you would give me a thumbs up on YouTube. Had to move to the Periscope site. How come, Bill? Hey, Danielle. Thanks for inviting followers. So yesterday, Nina did a lot of work on this. Hey, Bill, good to see you. And she did a lot of work in trying to find pacifiers. I think she's found some maybe in bulk that we can do. Hey, Mike. And what she kind of found that some of them were like $1 a piece or something. I don't think she finished everything that she was looking for. Um, I think we should stick to just sending. Oh, okay, Bill. That makes sense. Uh, should just stick to sending the pacifiers. Yeah, I know. She did a great job. Uh, Watching you in TV better. Hey, you good. I saw dealing with a loose horse. It was long face. But I think if we just send the pacifiers, that will be great, and just send it from that location. And are they for Democrats? Oh, Danielle, you weren't here yesterday. LSWJS, it's your first day on Periscope. Welcome. Please, everybody, speak English. We need to know what you're saying. It looks like, I don't know if that's Japanese, but I don't speak it at all. So, yeah, the pacifiers are basically for the press corps. And we wanted to send pacifiers there. We want them sent, uh, Don, we want them sent directly from the company. So she had found out that maybe somewhere she could get maybe $1 a piece or whatever. But I think it's probably going to be a little bit more than that. She wanted to know if everybody, if we decided to do this, she wanted everybody to send the money to me. If we're going to do that, we're going to have to do it through PayPal, and I'll give you the directions on doing that, because I want to make sure that all of this goes, towards what we're doing. So I'm hoping that maybe get with her or the pacifiers, Rhonda, to be sent to the press corps. Yeah, Bill, we just want to make sure that whoever sends them sends a note in them. So we have to send them someplace that they're going to write a note and send it. Hey, Don, do you know how many are in the press corps? I don't. There's a lot. I mean, you look in the room, there's a lot of people. So I think we should make it where at minimum we send 100. I mean, don't you think? To make an impact, sending 100. But that at $1 a piece, that's $100. So, we may not want to do that. We may want to send a little bit less. I'll buy that for $1, RoboCop. Yeah, at least 100. I mean, I think that would be good. And I wanted to get them only time. It's your first day on Periscope. Welcome. I wanted to get them sent with a note in them, and I do have the wording that I came up with that I thought would be good. So maybe you could tell me whether or not you like this. LA child, 6 foot tall one. Please speak English only, Tima, because we don't speak whatever language that is in here. We need for you to speak English. Any logos printed? Gary, to print the logos on there would be way too expensive. Way too expensive. So I think I wanted to send. No, we're not attacking the press corps. What we're doing is sending a message to them that they're acting like babies. So if you call that an attack, I guess it is, but it's not an attack. Oh, your English is perfect there, only time. We just need to know what you're saying because we don't know what you're saying. So does anybody want to hear what I thought the message should be? Just in what they can all share, Gary. Whoever said don't attack the press, I disagree. I know. I don't call it an attack, LA child. I call it as us having free speech and letting them know how we feel about what they're doing. I call that free speech. That's not an attack. Hieroglyphics, is that what it is? Yeah, They'll probably say it's a stunt from the Trump administration. It's not an attack. Well, I mean, that's why if it comes from, we'll have a note in there. And if it comes from a store, then, it's got a note inside. Okay, so here's what I think the note should say. Yeah, if the shoe fits on the press, let them wear it. So everybody on YouTube agrees and they want to hear this. So here we go. Uh, Press Secretary Sean Spicer, please hand out these pacifiers to the White House press corps. We, the American public, think they are being rude, disrespectful, and acting like babies during press briefings. Babies need their binkies. That's what I came up with. Just put it on the shipping directions on the outside of the box. Are you suggesting the politicians are blameless? Why would you, Jappel, infer that from what we're saying to the press? Did we say anything about politicians or anything else? That is your agenda to say that. They need to know it's coming from more than one person. Well, that's why I said the American public, Susan. If there's something that you could put in there that's, how old are you, Masuki or Masuku, whatever? I mean, we don't want it coming from individuals, Susan, because we don't want anybody in the press corps at the White House thinking that somebody's trying to do something to harm them. You know how it goes. You have to be so cautious these days. And if it comes from a store and the binkies are wrapped up, it's going to be you know what, LA Child, somebody else suggested candy binkies, but I don't want really the candy binkies because I don't want them to get an enjoyment out of it. I don't want them to get candy. I want them to see that we mean business. Can we use like a group? No, we can't use that group. No, we can't. If you want to come up with another group name, we can use that group name. I know LA Child, they're cheap, but they also provide candy. I don't want to send them candy. Want to make an impact more, the better. But they'll use them if candy. Yeah, maybe. I agree the press does hype things up, but it's bigger than them. Well, Jappel, but nobody said it wasn't bigger than them. This is one group that we are pinpointing. Gift wrap. It's probably going to come from someplace like Amazon or something like that, so that Amazon can just send it directly to them. Dip them in hot sauce. No, see, that's why, Max, that they're going to be. That's why they're going to be wrapped up and not coming from an individual. I imagine a press room plugged up with binkies. I know, LA Child, I know it's kind of, it's difficult for me to decide like which is better because I look at it as one, I don't want to give them anything that may be a great thing like candy. And, because they could say, oh, look, they sent us candy. And, but if you send them an actual pacifier, I think that really gets the word across. And again, if you want to think of a name of a group, let's think of that, and I can put that on there. No candy. Some may be diabetic, and they might think we mean them harm. Sally's got a great point there. Yep, Sally had a great point. And you don't want somebody saying, yeah, they would take the candy the wrong way. You don't want somebody saying, oh, you didn't, you were whatever phobic because you sent that to me and you didn't even ask if I were diabetic. I mean, so I giving them a baby pacifier is probably the best thing that we could do. I'm here for the truth. Good. Freedom Fighters idea for name. I think the military used that. Send one to Fox Press Corps. What about diaper pins to wear? Yeah, I don't think, we don't want them hurting themselves, Rhonda. I think having pacifiers really makes a point. Everybody associates pacifiers with babies that I know of. Yeah, diaphobic. What's your channel's name, Susan, for followers? I always go by Knowles Knows. Only time, please speak English. We don't know what you're saying. Regular pacifier sounds good. Just assign concerned citizens. Yeah, that's why I put American public. But I mean, if you want to come up with a name, yeah, we don't. No, that's okay. They still might choke on them. I know. Well, hopefully, if the babies, Hugh, cannot choke on them, the press corps may not either. Hopefully, they'll be able to know how to use them. We can only hope. We can only hope. Thinking about safety pins, but giving them diaper pins. I don't know how to spell. You're doing just fine that way. Only Tamia, that you're doing fine. That's perfect. Make sure those pacifiers are gender neutral. I know. What color should they be? Green, yellow. Sign the right. That's a good one. Well, the Knowles Nation. Everybody needs to decide on what you want down there as the name. Yellow for cowards. Ah. And we could do, I mean, they come in different colors. I've seen, I don't think they come in black. The winning team. That's good. That's good. LA Child. That's really good. They're very bad. I don't know if they had red, white, and blue. That would be the best, but I don't know if they have that. Yeah, Red Sally said red would be good. That's okay, Diamond. Red would be good because, red for Republicans, that would be really good. Does anybody, do you think you like the red? Hey, Carmen, pink and blue, make a stand. You want the truth, you can't handle the truth. Okay. Okay, dude. I agree with red. I just wonder if impact would be better with multiple names to show our numbers. Blue and pink. Well, the problem is, Rhonda, the stores sending them out aren't going to put multiple names on there. And again, we can't have it coming from individuals because if somebody puts something in there, then it'll be bad for all of us. The Chinese University Dormitory Network card too much. Okay. Came here to hear the truth. You're hearing the truth, American. Carmen. Red is good. I like red. What are you looking to name? We're sending something to the press corps. Love the barrage of parents. Let's hope Sausage Fingers doesn't block you. Oh. Do you want to be blocked? Is that why you're saying that? Boy, I just love it when people come in and they start really with the insults. It just shows more about your character than anything else. I hope you know that. Stand up and be counted. What do you think Sally's saying for the group name? Stand up and be counted. Thank you, Danielle. I'll get him another time around if he speaks out rudely like it. Maybe he would like one of the pacifiers. Bad Batman. What about if the pacifiers are red? No, Mike, I wouldn't be putting that. Name on enclosed card for pacifiers for press corps is our objective. Aha, I think they should all be pink. Yeah, but if if you make them pink, somebody's going to be insulted by that. It's going to be like, oh, look at those conservatives. They sent pink and blah, blah, blah. If you send red for Republican, I mean, you really can't go wrong. Pink and blue only don't agree with gender neutral bull. Yeah. Never seen. Yeah, maybe they don't have red pacifiers. I blocked so many on the scope yesterday. I know, Susan. It was a bad day. No room for insults. Yeah, we want to make this not about. We want the focus. There's no insulting about pink for me, dude. But there will be in the press corps. How about a poll on Twitter to encourage more MAGA? Well, Rhonda, that would be great. But what we don't want to do is turn this into something where a particular group says, oh, yeah, I've done this, and this is about me, and now I'm going to go on CNN and talk about it. That's what we don't want. Can you get red, white, and blue ones to show patriotism? Maybe, Hugh. That would be good. Okay, well, you can leave, and then you can find someplace that you do understand. So how about some more hearts for that broadcaster block right now? That would be better. Okay, so red, white, and blue, if I can find it. The second choice would be red, if I can't find the other. And the third choice, why don't we make it yellow? Stop the whining campaign. How about that? Stop the whining campaign. Does everybody like that? I don't know that they have black ones. Yellow is better. Okay. Yellow, but don't do different colors. Black. Okay. So, are we all in agreement that red, white, and blue is the first choice? Yeah. LA Child, but it's H-I-N-E, right? W-H-I-N-E. Okay, so I've always given you. Oh, thank you, Bill. Yeah, I'm working for my 1 million. I'm over 600,000 so far. Okay, so red is first. Red, white, and blue is first. Red is second, and then yellow is third. Um, somebody suggested. Okay, everybody on YouTube likes that. I am fine. How are you, Jacobo? Jacopo? I don't. Um, and do you like Stop the Whining campaign? So does everybody want yellow second instead of red? Okay, so yellow is second. Red, white, and blue, then yellow, and then third is red, if I can't. Hey, Robert, good morning. It looks like we have more people who wanted yellow second. They don't come in red, Danielle said. I don't like the statement. Red second. Any color gets the message across. Good morning. Try to stop the whining campaign. Gets why okay, what about the whining campaign? Or Stop the Whining campaign is the group. From Stop the Whining campaign. Does anybody like Stop the Whining campaign? Let them be offended. What about Blue for Dim? Stop works. It's not a campaign. Okay. Then give me another name. We need some like a group that it's from, Bill. So we need a name. What's the name of the group? Stop the Whining campaign. I like that. His song girl likes that. Stop the Whining. We need like a name of the group. So America First. Tillman said that's good. No more tears. Tears for fears. But let's get a group name. Stop Whining is good. Everybody over here says Stop Whining is good. From Grow Up and Do Your Job to Provide Honest Coverage. That's so long. Conservative Warriors. Melt the Snowflakes. Grow Up. Stop Whining is good. Melt the Snowflakes. We need something that says though about like what this is. It's directed at the press corps, and it needs to be about whining in the press corps. Anti-fake news. No, Bill. I mean, that's not what it's about though. That's not what we're sending this. They're whining. Tears for fears. I know. Patriots against whining. It is a good one, but not in this particular one. Cut the Cord Club. You suck, Max said. Stop your tears. Patriots for Truth. I like that one. But what kind of goes towards whining? We need something that kind of fits with whining. Don't whine, it'll be fine. Re-elect Pelosi. Oh, good Lord. Stop it, just stip, or I'll give you something to cry about campaign. Instead of campaign, is there a group name that you can think of? Like, Patriots don't whine, yeah. I don't know, Danielle. I don't think they consider themselves as patriots, so they'd say, yeah, well, we're not patriots, we don't care. I mean, do they really love Americans like America like we do? I don't think so. I mean, not what I've seen with the whining. All they want to do is bring down America and the press corps. Uh, Yes, we're the only patriots. Stop crying and MAGA. Too many teardrops. Media pacifier. I like that don't whine, it's fine, that Susan is saying over here, but yeah, that would be good, Tillman. MAGA 2020. Freedom of speech doesn't mean whine. Fine whining. Suck it up campaign. Oh, I like that. I like the suck it up campaign. Does anybody like suck it up campaign? How about over on YouTube? You like suck it up campaign? Oh, Carmen, that's really not good. You're very welcome, Perry Attic. Send them little bottles of Johnson and Johnson. Yeah, the Senate hearings are a farce. They certainly are. So, all right. So here's what we're gonna do. I know. I think Carmen's account has been hacked. It doesn't sound like Carmen over here. I've never known Carmen to speak like that. Unless she made put the wrong word, the wrong letter in there, just sort of by accident. All right, so it's going to be red, white, and blue is the first choice. The second one is yellow. Third choice is red. The name of the group is called Suck It Up Campaign. So that's who it's going to be from the Suck It Up campaign. I'm going to find out today exactly how much it costs, and we'll see what we can get done. Yep, she's gone now. Yeah, I think somebody probably hacked her account or tried to be her. Hey, Monique, how are you today? Still in shock about Comey? Nah. I see we have an open bar before the press briefings, Don said. Where are you from? I'm from America. All right, so we have that all done. And what we'll do is that I have a PayPal account. I have a donate button on my website at susanknowles.com. We'll find out how much it is, and I'm going to try to keep it as cheap as possible. And maybe it's like a dollar, $2 or something like that. And then we'll have you put on there. I want you to, when you send it in, put exactly what it's for, meaning it'll say for White House pacifiers or, something. We'll do that. So I want it tagged exactly for what it's for, and the money will be spent exactly for what it's for. How many will you get? Well, I think, are you kidding me? We're going to get as many as people will send money in for. Send it Federal Express. Well, I mean, that's going to cost a little bit more than $1 a piece. Get to know their true feelings, Don said. So, all right, cool. If you want it sent Federal Express, it may be more. And, they take out money for every time you do PayPal, they take out a certain percentage too. So maybe $2 a piece might cover it all. What do you guys think of YouTube? Maybe $2 a piece. I mean, it depends on how much this all is, and we gotta really get to know what that is. What happens if it doesn't get in the door? Well, Bill, I don't know why it wouldn't get in the door. It'd have a better chance of getting in the door if it comes from a reputable company. You have a great day too, his song. So let's try and see if we can do that. But I'll try to get all this information, and maybe tomorrow we'll have it all done, and everybody can put their money in on Friday. Okay. We want to send this message. Yeah, me too, Amanda. Yes, I got it cut, Monique. Thank you. Even Hugh likes my hair. He was afraid when I was going to get it cut. Okay, so we get ready for the hearts. All right, I need some more hearts, people. Send to Sean Spicer. Yes, exactly. Danielle, before you came in, here's the message that's going to go in there. Press Secretary Sean Spicer, please hand out these pacifiers to the White House press corps. We, the American public, think they are being rude, disrespectful, and acting like babies during press briefings. Babies need their binkies. That's the message. All right, Gary gave me a purple heart. I love that, Gary. That's the best heart of the day. So thank you for the blocks over there. Um, all right. Good message. Wow, Bill, you're just amazing. 4,265 hearts for you. Thank you, Hugh. You're so nice. If everybody on YouTube, if you would give me a thumbs up along with that heart, I would surely appreciate it. I heard Sean was let go. Why did Susan? How did you hear that? Why would Sean be let go? When did you hear that? I didn't hear anything like that. Yeah, we've had too many trolls. Wow, Danielle, thank you. You're holding out a heart for a better deal. Oh, Tillman. Yeah, I'm trying to get to that million. Thank you, Monique. Hi, Doe Chapo. All right, so let's get to some of the news. So now that we have all of that done. Thank you, Susan. That's wonderful. I love that. Getting hearts and thumbs up is so great. Um, did everybody hear what happened to Betsy DeVos yesterday? Thank you, Hugh. Monique, Gary, thank you. They need their Tom Hanks gifted coffee machine cleaned. I hear it's loaded with bacteria. Okay. He's doing his reserve duty serving his country. That's right, Don. Yes, disgraceful. Betsy DeVos yesterday. I mean, I'm telling you, this woman, I don't know how you do your job if you're Betsy, because nobody likes her. They haven't liked her from the beginning. They didn't like her. Hey, Lisa, they didn't like her before anything happened. They just didn't like her. They didn't want her, and that was it. Well, Bill, she was invited, and I give her a lot of kudos for going. Why shouldn't she go to? It was a predominantly black university, I guess. She went there. She was invited to speak, and the students, graduating students, I don't know how many, but they booed her, catcalled, and turned their backs on her. So I have an article up on SusanKnowles.com today, basically saying that their liberal education was showing during that graduation. I mean, it's pretty shameful that this is what you believe that you should do. Yeah, it would have looked bad if she didn't go. The faculty stood up for her. Yes, the president of the university got up and said, basically told the crowd, if you're not going to be quiet and be respectful, then you can get your diplomas through the mail, is what he's saying. I think he was getting ready to just stop everything. Yes. Chancellor told them, settle down and get the diplomas mailed. Yep. Strong black man. That's a shame. Yep. DeVos wants equality in education for all. What are people's problems? They ignorant to her cause. That's hooting and glad he stood up for her. Yeah, the thing of it is, it's like, there's a time to have free speech, and you're allowed free speech. But, also people should have some respect and dignity for others. Lisa, somebody else said that about the real world. What is the real world anymore? That's the issue. Maybe they'll be better off in the real world, meaning a lot of the real world is starting to act just like them, which is really sad, but that's what we're kind of coming to. Propagandize students. And before she came, hey, Asher, good morning. No, that's not BS, Prince. Sad but true. The NAACP didn't want her there, and some other group didn't want her there. There were calls for the president to resign, and there were calls for the chairman of the board to resign over Betsy DeVos being invited. Yeah, somebody said we need real back in reality. Yes, to have free speech, you have to be willing to listen. Yes. Harvard blacks want segregation, which is, it's crazy. Fought so hard not to have segregation and then turn around and want segregation. It makes no sense. Amen. Good for him calling them out and for standing up for Betsy DeVos, Monique said. Well, Danielle, I wouldn't want to make a blanket statement like that. There are plenty of racists to go around everywhere. 60,000 petitions. It's so ridiculous. And the thing about it is there's so much money that comes from Title IX or federal government, whatever, and these people just, she's there to give them money. The historically black colleges, they've gone. Donald Trump went there and said, "Hey, we want to help you. We want to help the education process." It means general, Danielle. Too broad. Too broad. And so, he said that before, and she made that one statement, a long time. What was it? Earlier this year, and talking about choice. And the black community, some in the black community did not like that statement, saying, but we didn't have choice due to Jim Crow and all that. And so, they interpreted what she said, and they said, well, she didn't mention segregation and all those things. But what they did was they interpreted what she said based upon their experience and not how she perhaps meant it. And I think, there needs to be some leeway for people when they do that. Because, if you go to another culture, let's say, you may say something that might be inappropriate to that culture, but it doesn't mean you meant it intentionally to be that way. And, why didn't they ask her, did you mean it that way? And she could have explained, of course not. I would never have said something like that, or, whatever. But too many people these days want to immediately find something racist or wrong with what people are saying. So, I mean, I guess they can hold her responsible for this for her entire term, and they will, because they're looking for a reason to do that. But I am really glad, really proud of the president to stand up for her. And hopefully, if he goes someplace where he's not wanted, people will stand up for him. Because they're touchy and not operate with love. Monique said, notice the only ones who didn't want her there are ignorant fools who believe anarchy is normal. Really opened your eyes about how much evil resides in their souls. Are sad. The left won't win the silent majority with their overt behavior. That's right, Tillman. And that's what I wrote in my article. What happened to let's all sit down and talk to each other so we can come to a better understanding of each other? And people, still don't want to do that. They want to have it their way, and they want to make it look like everybody else is somehow bad. Look at my city, Chicago. Democrats here always want to keep blacks dependent on the government. And unfortunately, in Chicago and other places are like that. The Democrats are the worst at trying to keep other Democrats and African Americans, dependent upon the government. And it's a shame. And there are many, black leaders that say that. Hey, Nicole. Thanks for inviting followers. I mean, in America, we've had 8 years of having an administration who wanted to separate us all and not sit down and talk. And now we've forgotten after 8 years how to talk to each other, how to have a conversation, how to not make everything about race. Yes, Nicole? And it's a shame that we have to do that. We could get so much more done if we work together instead of being divided. They did a good job of dividing. Yes, they did, Amanda. I said I've been here. Hey. Oh, hey. Hi, Nicole. In my country, there is no Senate. Well, maybe you're better off. I am from Illinois, and Democrats run this state, and it's bad. Yes, Danielle. Obama lectured us. Yes. Tillman, you need to give Susan some hearts. Yes, Tillman. I agree with Bill. Don said in the Department of Education, it should have never been a cabinet level position until they get their money back. They loaned out the funding, or I don't know. That was only thing Obama did. We've had more race discussions and people being called racist since Obama won. That's true. That's really true. Let's give more money to big business and military. At least I don't think big business needs our money, but the military does. They're still doing it. Yeah, they still are doing it. I mean, they really are. They're still trying to divide us. And with Obama, wanting to organize again and be the community organizer, and he and Hillary being the face of resistance, look for that to continue. Carmen, that's what I wanted to do. Send them a small travel pack at Johnson & Johnson. No more tears. Carmen, did you, somebody over in Periscope, that didn't seem like you making that statement a while ago. Did you mean to say that, the F word, Carmen? Because it didn't seem like it was coming from you. So, in my country, people saw Obama as a man who saved your country from a great recession. Oh my gosh, that is so laughable. He put us into recession, almost put us into depression. Oh, that was you? Wow, Carmen. Okay. I'm surprised that came from you. I was telling people it didn't sound like you. Uh, yeah, his country. Business drives the economy. Never saw a dishwasher start a business. Jeff Sessions is definitely not a racist. The current printing machine saved us. The currency printing machine saved us. I'm going through a ton of crap right now. Okay, Carmen. He put you into a recession. Yeah, he almost put us into a depression. Only Donald Trump right now is bringing things out. The unemployment rate is down to 4.4%. But you would never hear that on the news because they're still pro-Obama. They're trying to refrain, but the scopes are too much. Met Russian Americans. They have been hurt by the Russian scare. Bush set up the TARP bill. Obama signed it. So I don't know, Carmen. He was here, and maybe he's just watching TV. I'm not sure. He popped in, but a lot of times he watches it on TV and he doesn't communicate. He doesn't, type text. The Senate this morning, did everybody watch some of the Senate hearings this morning when they brought McCabe in, the acting director now for the FBI? Pat Buchanan's new book. Okay. The Communist Manifesto is to flood the country with immigrants and open borders and racial chaos. That's true, Danielle. That's part of it. And get rid of, break up the family and get rid of faith and religion altogether. That's what the communists always do. I have no Russians in my neighborhood yet, Don said. Why are the Dems quick to mock American patriots? Because they're not patriots themselves. A lot of them. And if you're a communist, you're not a patriot. If you're a progressive, you're not a patriot. They look at patriotism as old world, something that we did in the past. Why are some states considered commonwealths? Why is that important? Somebody asked that before. Who cares? Do you think he will be truthful, Susan? Who's he? Have you seen? Oh, the acting director, probably as truthful as Comey was. I read something the other day for those that are in here from Chicago, saying that in Chicago now gangs are using high-powered rifles. So that's the new trend. And using high-powered rifles like that, the police are going to have a really hard time going up against that. Monique says, I've been recording and watching all the hearings since they started. Yeah, that is scary. And I think they killed 3 more people over the weekend. And gangs are really out of control. I mean, when President Trump came in, he wanted to do something about Chicago. And I think that we need to move forward and do something. If there was ever a case for federalizing the police, which I'm not for, but Chicago really needs somebody to go in there and look and see what's going on. I mean, we all know it's poor leadership. It's, allowing the gangs to kill each other and innocent people being put in the middle of it. Bill, I thought he was going to send in the feds before. I think he said we'll help you. I don't think he said we're coming in. I could be wrong. Oh, you're kidding, Danielle. And Alderman called out the gangs they threaten him and his police protection. Wow. Kramer is where he is, Mike said. Carmen was asking where you are, Kramer. Yeah, Rahm Emanuel. Yep. I think Trump means well, but some in his administration are corrupt. I I guess Matt Drudge was talking about how many leaks there are in the White House right now. That basically President Trump is kind of alone in everything. That there are leaks, tons of leaks coming from the White House. But the thing of it is, the Democrats love that. And no, like Sessions screwed up. Sessions didn't screw anything up. Good morning, Jamie. But the Democrats love those leaks because they can continue to get information. They can continue to control what's going on in the White House. Trump needs to get rid of all of Obama's old staff. You're absolutely right. Sessions did not commit perjury. What are you talking about? If you're talking about what Al Franken asked him a long time ago, they were talking apples and oranges. No, sorry, cats, that's not true. Go back and do the research. Are you? Yeah. I need to talk to you. Okay. Why do you think? Who do you think will replace Comey? I'm not really sure, Jeannie. I mean, nobody's really sure. I think a couple people we want. Trey Gowdy is a really good one. Yeah, if you're watching the video, Kat, you'll see that Al Franken asked one question, and it was like two different questions going on there. Trey is good, very good. Yep, Trey needs to call. Monique said, I'm shocked that McCabe was selected to stand in after his own affiliation with covering up the email scandal with Kennedy after Hillary donated $600,000 to McCabe's wife, Jill, during that investigation. Okay, get ready for the hearts, guys. Just had another block. I think that, honestly, Monique, it's because he was the next in line. And he's only the acting FBI director right now. They're going to replace him. Trey needs to call out all the BS from politicians in Chicago. I love Trey Gowdy, Monique said. Yeah, Trey is really good. I don't think Trey Gowdy's going to do it just because he was saying his wife wanted him to not be in the Senate anymore. So I'm thinking that's going to be a lot of time for him if he was the FBI director. He would be great. It would be good if he could do it. Ted Cruz, Giuliani. Somebody had mentioned Greg Massa, Massa, in Indiana. They liked him. Clark, I'm not for Clark in this position. I love Sheriff Clark, but not for this position. Don said he posted the 4-person short list for interim director on his Twitter. Ray Kelly, somebody's saying. Clark Kent, yes. Trey Gowdy would be the absolute best at anything he does, Carmen said. Do they have to have a law degree? Mrs. Second Amendment, I think it helps. I really do think it helps if you have that, especially in that position. You've got to know the implications of the law, what the statutes are. You got to read them. You got to know what the statutes say. Sheriff Clark is hated by the majority of the black community in Wisconsin, per my siblings who live there. I know, which is a shame. Dawn thinks it needs to be an FBI guy. Susan says that she thinks that it really needs to be a lawyer, is the way I'm reading it. Yeah, I think the person really needs to have a law background. I think that's invaluable in this position. I think Sheriff Clark, heading the some other police-oriented type thing would be great. Can't lead from outside. Tried that a few times, Don said. FBI, CIA are crooked, Bill said. I just want them to get the right person. And I don't know, they have to go through confirmation hearings. They hate him because he calls out the BS and stands his ground. Sheriff is the best thing Milwaukee has had. I agree with that. Can Flynn come back in a different position once resigned from another? I think he could. I think that's possible, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to use McCabe for everything they can, given how closely involved he was to the Benghazi and email server scandal investigation, Monique said. He cleaned up the thugs in the Milwaukee Bay Area. Yeah, I love Sheriff Clark. He is just like, no nonsense, tell it like it is. Thank you, Carmen. You must be having a bad day. I mean, it's like there's no curls here. I'm so tired of hearing the media though, like today, all the talk. Oh, Blumenthal said, I think this may dismissing Comey may lead to impeachment proceedings. It's like name something that you can pinpoint, point to that you have evidence on that says that Donald Trump. Okay, have a great day, ABA. That Donald Trump did. That's impeachable. What did he do? That's illegal. What did he do? Give me some evidence. Carmen, maybe sometimes, if you're feeling like that, probably better to say less than more. I'm just, yeah, he has an R next to his name. That's the only thing that they hate him for. And I don't care, right now, protesters, summer's coming, protesters will be jamming up the streets, the residents will be pushing it, yes. I'm back, LA Child said. The thing with him is, if he fires everybody right now, if that's an Obama appointment or an employee, whatever you want to call them, people that he can fire, if he fires them, the left is going to come out and say, look, he's just firing everybody to help with the cover-up. Hey, Barbara. And the thing of it is, there's nothing he could do, absolutely nothing that he could do that would win over the Democrats. We need to stop doing that. We've also said for how long now? We want somebody different. We want somebody who's not like, no, there's no cover-up. We want somebody who's like, that's different than any other career politician. Okay, so we get that person. And now the Democrats, it's not impeachment time, but thanks. The Democrats, hey, more hearts, people, more hearts. Impeachment for celebrating Christmas. We want somebody now who's going to be just like every other career politician we've ever had. That's what people want now. That's what even some of the Republicans. And, of course, Lindsey Graham, John McCain, have to come out and not really support so much what's going on. And as I said yesterday, the hysteria is going to continue no matter what he does. People will spin it whatever way they want to spin it. That's okay, Doug. I know. Every now and then you need to kid around. What does Wiener walk free when citizen perps go to jail? It's called this. Money talks. Monique said Trey Gowdy loves his current role, loves serving his state. I also love Clark as well. He says it's how it is and very good at what he does. Very deserving of the FBI director role. Spinmeisters are disgusting. They really are. Today is not the day, but thanks for trying to make me laugh. Carmen said, Carmen, no worries. We all have those days. Take a deep breath, pray, and exhale. We have so much evidence to recall Clinton's let's do it. I know, like right now, Trump is calling for an investigation on fraud in the election process, right? And abuse. We all know it exists. To what extent, how big it is, we don't know. But at the same time, why are we doing that and not going after the Clintons? Right now, if you go after the Clintons, it'll be, oh, well, you're only going after the Clintons because blah, blah, blah. We know the rhetoric. They should have gone after the Clintons in the very beginning. Comey wasn't in fear for his life, no. Not heard anything like that whatsoever. Comey sent a letter telling everybody, hey, bye-bye, have a great time. It's okay that I was fired the way I was. I served for the president. When it's time's over, it's over, Hillary got more, yeah. But they, if they had gone after the Clintons in the very beginning, then, it would have still been bad. Again, there's no good time. Yes, Comey will be fine. No, nobody should be. I don't agree with that, Ellie Child. Everybody has a right to the Fifth Amendment. Clinton body count, Doug said. I think Comey wanted to be fired. Probably. Who? Too much. I think Comey, like looking at the letter, I think he did really like the job he did, meaning that he felt that he was doing good for America. Either that or he just wrote a BS letter to make you feel like that. But to me, it came across that, sorry, LA child. If it, I would want you or anybody else to be able to have the Fifth Amendment. It's a constitutional right, and so I don't want to take that away from anybody. Yeah, somebody said, Barbara said it was a BS letter. It could have been. He should have known it was coming, Danielle. He probably did. Great. Monique said, great call by Trump. In my own opinion, this is the beginning step to going after the Clintons. I hope you're right, Monique. I hope you're right. I think the Clintons ought to be worried. But right now, see, another thing that the Democrats do, and we've always allowed them to do it, they keep us totally busy all the time. They keep us so busy and so, distracted or in the muck and mire over here that we don't have time to do the things that we really need to do. Don said that Comey never got a hall pass, neither did the Clintons. Bill Clinton's new book disturbs me. Oh, gosh. What's his new book? I mean, how I was a great guy and never mind. Tired to show class. Hey, Sonic, how are you? Thanks for joining us. If everybody in YouTube would please give me a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. What about jobs, immigration, and taxes? I'll see it at the dollar store soon. Yes. Well, as far as I know, taxes are still on the table. We're trying to get Obamacare done first. And another downer on Obamacare, there's an article up on Fox News from Judge Napolitano that said basically that what we did the other day in the House with Obamacare really did not repeal Obamacare. Because, for one, it continues to give the feds the power to regulate health care. It shows that the government must still provide health care. And economically, that no longer are citizens or the employers required to purchase the health care, but citizens still have to purchase health care. And the doctors are still, good thing my comment flew by. I know, you'd be blocked again, LA child. I got this bad feeling. But that the doctors are still digitally keeping our information, and the feds have access to it to determine whether or not that we should get it, like surgery or something else. Don was saying Aetna's out in 2018 in the extensions. And that's true, Don. Hey, Laura, thank you for joining us and retweeting. Yeah, and I think the exchanges. I always come extensions. The exchanges. I am stuck in the taking down of statues today. I know that was horrible. All those people went there over the weekend. No, Bill, I think that Spicer may be doing his duty as a reservist. Not sure, but Comey was giving them the runaround by refusing to give Gowdy and team the documents, evidence they were asking for that would support their fake Russian claims. He was playing with fire. Trump says he does a protocol. He has no. Could you not hear the R word anymore ever? Could we not hear the R word? Abe Lincoln, pardon Robert E. Lee. True, taking the statues down is so wrong. I was once asked if I had Medicaid or private Medicaid. Race word. Oh, yeah. Trump is no puppet. No. In an FBI role like that, you cannot play with fire like Comey was playing with. He was arrogant and cocky. Yeah, he also tried to be, again, he was taking over the role of the Attorney General at one time. And I guess the guy who wrote that letter, is it Rothstein or whatever his last name is? But supposedly, according to the press, he doesn't want everything blamed on him, and he thinks that it's being blamed on him, the reason that Comey was fired. Yeah, I'm red, white, blue. Yeah, I don't know why New Orleans is deciding to do that all of a sudden. I mean, it just, again, it's left over. Hey, Robert, it's left over from the Obama days. Right view. God will deal with everything in the end. Yep, that's true. Robert E. Lee fought for his team. It's like, why are you changing history? It would be like going back and saying that slavery never existed. Should we do that too? No. History should stand as history is. I don't even know what the kids are learning about history these days. I would hate to see it. We will be the United States of Russia in a year, somebody said. I don't think that's true, but, you know. So a lot of stuff going on. Unbelievable. They will put it in the Smithsonian bill, said Asher. Chaos. In my opinion, Obama gave instruction upon leaving the office to resist everything and cause chaos. I think so, Asher. Yeah. I mean, you gotta leave history alone. Quit changing the facts about what really did happen. Quit judging people today on what their ancestors did before them. I want to write you private. Okay. You can just give me join me on Twitter, and I'll follow you back. And that way, I can you can send me a DM at Susan Knowles. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming here. If you would please retweet this on Periscope. Everybody on YouTube, if you would give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it, and share it. Please retweet, and so everybody can hear this scope. I'll find out more information, hopefully getting everything we need to know tomorrow about the pacifiers, and we can get that up and going. If you didn't see this scope, go back and look at it again, and that way you'll know what we were talking about in regards to the pacifiers. That's okay, Barbara. That way you can, if you want to get in on it, we can do it. World on Fire, scope starting own. Okay. All right, you guys, have a great day. I probably will hop on later. So if you're following me, you will get the message, and on YouTube as well. Have a great day. Everybody on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Please, if you would, thank you everybody for giving me a thumbs up. And if you would retweet this would be, or just, share it, I should say, on YouTube, that'd be great. And I may be back on later. So if you're following me and clicking on that little bell, you'll get notifications. All right. So take care. God bless you. Talk